Alright, guys, UFC this weekend. Going to run through the bets that I like for this card. Let me know in the comments what you think, who you got this weekend. So, first up, Pereira Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes. And I like this fight to go over 2.5 rounds. Both girls are very tough. I think it's a pretty even matchup. It's not really a hot take. The odds are pretty short, but I think it hits. So, I'm using that as leg one of the first bet. Second leg is going to be in the next fight, Elijah Smith versus Su Yong Yu to go over 1.5 rounds. So the total odds is 1.53, 1.54 on Bet365. And I got 1.5 units on this. So Elijah Smith versus Su Yong Yu. Elijah Smith is coming off a pretty devastating knockout win. He's very powerful, young, explosive. So that could be the risk that he gets a KO. But the guy he finished is not very high level, and I think this is a big step up in competition, in my opinion. Su Yong Yu, I think he's pretty good. He's well rounded. He's mainly a grappler, but I think his boxing actually doesn't look too bad. So I see this fight as a pretty even matchup. I think it will go over 1.5 most likely. So yeah, those two together is going to be my first bet. The over 2.5 for the women's fight and the over 1.5 for Smith versus Yu. My next bet is going to be a dog shot on Luan Lacerda versus Hecha Souza. So this is just a small bet, not very confident, but I think the price is too wide. Luan Lacerda, he's 3.1 odds on Bet365, so just going to have a small bet, 0.25 units on Luan Lacerda. And I'm going to take a little shot, sprinkle on the sub. It's $8 odds, so very wide. 0.1 uh 25 units, so like 25 bucks for me. So small shot. The reason why I think Lacerda can get the upset is I think he's got the much better jiu-jitsu. Hecha Souza, in his last fight, he was going for takedowns. He did get caught in a guillotine. He was able to escape it, but I think if he gets in that same position in this fight, Lacerda could sub him. So yeah, I think Lacerda's got the better jits, and on the feet, Souza's probably the better striker, but I don't think Lacerda's striking is as bad as people are saying. A lot of people are just saying like he's a bum and his striking shit. But I actually think he's got pretty good Muay Thai. I like his kicks. So yeah, I don't think it's. I think the odds should be much closer, really. That's why I'm taking a shot on Lacerda. So yeah. Also, Lacerda trains at Nova and now where Jose Aldo trains. So yeah, I don't think his striking is as terrible as people are saying. Next up, Oki versus Souza. This is another dog shot. I got zero point 0.5 units on Oki at 3.75 odds. So this is another value play. I think the odds are just way too wide. 3.75 for Oki. When he's had a few UFC fights now. He lost against Mason Jones, but Mason Jones is a very good fighter. He's fought some, he's got one, two, three, four fights in the UFC, so more high level experience. And I think he's the more technical striker in this matchup. I like his straight shots. I think yeah, he's just more technical. Souza, he's a beast. He's got big power, but he throws a lot of big overhands and just like power shots, looking to take your head off. And he very well could just chin Oki. He is very powerful, but yeah, I think Oki's more of a chance than the odds, so it's purely just a value bet. Um, Oki at 3.75, which I got on Bet365. Next up, I'm going to Petrino versus Asplund, and I like the under 2.5 for this fight. Asplund, he's very aggressive. He's got big power. Both guys have big power. Either guy could get a KO. Petrino, though, I like his grappling advantage in this matchup. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got a few submissions on his record. And Steven Asplund, he's a good striker. At least he's very powerful. But just a couple of fights ago, Denzel Freeman, who we now know is not very good, um, choked him out in the second round and was taking him down pretty easily. And that's in 2024, so it wasn't that long ago. Is Steven Asplund's jiu-jitsu really going to improve that much in that short amount of time? I don't think so. I think most likely, well, I think a good bet for this fight, which I'm also taking, is Petrino to get one takedown and Petrino by submission. So the odds are actually pretty insane for this one. Um, 4.56. So I thought that was very good odds. Got half a unit on that. Might even add more on that now that I'm talking about it. So yeah, I like this fight under 2.5 rounds. I've got one unit on that at 1.63 odds. And I like Petrino by sub plus one takedown at 4.56 odds. Next up, we got Maran Rahiki versus Hardwick. I did a full breakdown on this, so I won't go too in depth. But yeah, I like Rahiki here. So I'm taking Rahiki as a parlay piece with Delgado. That's going to be my main bet for this whole card. So I've got two units on this at 1.87 odds. Rahiki and Delgado, those two together, I think they get it done. And I'm also going to do a single bet on Rahiki by finish, which is 2.05 odds, and I got half a unit on that. So yeah, I think he's just a way better athlete than Harry Hardwick, and I think he's going to be too much for him. I think he's probably going to knock him out, but just taking the finish in case he gets a club and sub. And then for Jose Delgado, we got him in the multi, as I just said, but I'm going to take Jose by KO at 2.15 odds, 0 0.5 units. I just think Jose is more dangerous on the feet, and we've seen Philly get knocked out before. So yeah, I think Delgado is pretty live for a KO here. Then my last bet for the card is going to be the main event to end by KO. It's 1.77 odds, and I got 0.75 units on this one. So I'm not like super confident on this one, but Josh Emmett, he is very tough, but he's 41 years old. So I think just the age and the amount of damage that he's taken over the years is leaning me more towards this fight ending by KO. He did go to decision with Ilia Topuria, which is pretty impressive, but he took heaps of damage in that fight. He was nearly stopped in the later rounds, and that was back in 2023. So that's like 3 years ago. So yeah, he's older, and I think this could be the time where finally his chin gets cracked. Also, Kevin Vallejos, I don't think he's as slick as a striker as Topuria. Topuria was really slick in that fight, like evading the punches and countering, but he wasn't as aggressive as Kevin is. Kevin just kind of comes forward with a high guard and just throws bombs, but he also will eat more shots than someone like Ilia Topuria. He doesn't have the footwork like Ilia. So I think these guys are just going to meet in the middle and trade, and someone probably is going to get KO'd over the 5 rounds. So yeah, this fight to end by KO, 1.77 odds. That's what I got for the main event. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you got any bets that you like, comment down below, and good luck.